Hi there, Pisces. It's Jen here from tarotspirit.net. Thank you for joining me. And I'm doing a reading for March 2018. I'm using the Vicevesra tarot, which I really love. It's cool. Oops. Lots of blue. Look at all the blue in this reading so far. Whoops. There we go. There's a little bit of color. It's amazing how the same cards keep, oh my God. The same cards keep coming up for every reading. Sometimes I feel like it just doesn't even make sense to do it for each sign, but I know you guys like it. Okay. Pisces, at the bottom of the deck is the Seven of Swords. And this is my card for people behaving badly. It can have other meanings, so I don't mean to only say that. You know, sometimes it's like he can't take everything, and he had to leave something behind. Those two swords. There's a mask. So but it's like someone was masquerading as putting on a different face, a different front than they really were. Like abusive people can do this. They can be, there's so many abusive people that, you know, people at work would be like, oh my God, they're the nicest person. There's no way their, you know, spouse must be the crazy one, right? Because they put on such a facade, and that's part of their thing, right? As long as they can have all these people who don't really know them well say that they're the most amazing person in the world, but they're really, it's a mask. They're not real. So you find out someone is just not what they seem, or they're just not behaving. They're behaving in a unscrupulous manner, and so the lesson though behind this card is, and for some of you, it could be someone you thought. It definitely could be a partner, because you were like, thought it was a love of your life, and then unfortunately their true colors come out. And that can be, I'm just going to talk about this. I'm not saying this is what the whole reading's about, but you know, that can be real. Oh, I am going to talk about it now that I see this. I am, because it's like, it's very difficult to walk away from something that you've put all this time and energy. And when you meet an abusive person, I'm just going to say it. And this can be in love, it could be at work, whatever. They always have that mask on. That they present themselves. You see that person that everyone thinks is just so awesome, right? And that's what you fall in love with, or that's what you are drawn to, and you think, oh, this situation's gonna be great. This person's great. But slowly over time, you start to see their true colors. And they're very careful to isolate the people they abuse. Usually they wait till they get you at home. It can be their significant other, their children, because they're usually bullies on some level, right? They pick on people that they can have control over. And as long as everyone else thinks they're great, you know, they can fool themselves into thinking that you know, it's not them, because look at everyone else thinks they're great. And it's very hard when you may be several years in and you may have children, and you find yourself, well, my God, wait a minute. This person is not okay. And it can be difficult after you've put all that time and energy to walk away from a situation. So there is the need, and here in it, and this armor, this 10 of Swords in this deck, this armor, there's no one in it. It's empty. It was shiny and looked nice and seemed nice, but it was empty and shallow. It was a facade. So somewhere in your life, you are seeing something for what it is. You are seeing the facade. The truth is coming out. This is cutting away all that was not true, and getting to the truth. This is the sword of truth, and really realizing It's also getting your thinking clear. Like, you can be like, oh, I put in all this time and we've built this life, and this is a bad situation. And bottom line, like, stop all the other thinking and come up out of your emotions. She's on this rock here, right? And make your decision with your brain. And you got to open your eyes to things. So there is like this lightning bolt where it's just like you can't ignore it anymore. And you're just like, I see it. I see it. The honeymoon's over. This is my honeymoon card. The honeymoon's over. I see the situation, whatever it is, for what it is, and I'm not tolerating it anymore. And this is just the first step to this beautiful star card. So this is healing. So you're healing from this situation. I think this has already happened. And you're healing. And it can take a long time to heal, especially maybe this happened a long time ago and there's some new opportunity coming in, and you're kind of gun shy because you're like, can I trust my judgment? Can I trust myself? Because look how far in I got, and how did I ever allow myself to get there? But again, that's, people like that, that's their MO. They're very good at it. And so you have to know now that you know the red flags, and you won't ignore them this time. This is having patience with yourself. Knowing when it's trying to gauge this, when it's time to walk away, because that can be hard. It's like, okay, we're supposed to work on things, we're supposed to give them time, but when is enough? When have you not waited long enough, and when have you waited too long? What's that balance between that? So that's a tricky thing too. Like, okay, have I given this job long enough? Or are they just never going to come through with what they promised? And is it time to see that truth and make some decisions based on it? He's sitting and contemplating and looking. Should I pick those? Are they ripe for the picking? Or should I wait? And if I wait too long, they'll get rotten. I'll lose the opportunity. There's a skull. There's a skull at the bottom of that tree. Huh. So trying to weigh, like, is it time have I given it enough? Is it time? That's some of what the decision is. It's time to walk away? And I'd say it's always time to walk away from a bad situation. It is. If you feel like you've done everything you can, then you probably have, and it's out of your control. We can't control anything but ourselves. So he's like, it's time to move on. Baby steps, but it's time to move on. And I'm successful. I take it slow and steady. And it kind of shows the difference between this Knight of Wands. He's the honeymoon period card. Everything is exciting and great, and he comes flying in. But it can also sort of, because you went so fast, you may have missed some signs because you were wrapped up on all those emotions. And he's like, I'm just going to take it slow. Like, look, at everything's calm because I take it slow and steady wins the race. So whether it's dark or light, I'm good. I'm just still maintaining and slowly moving forward because I know that's the best way to be successful. And I see these two, this Ace of Swords and this Hanged Man. It's like you got to change your thinking about how you're looking at something, and you may be stuck in, oh, I don't want to go back there again. How did I get there? How did I, like, really still turning this on you? And it's time to relieve yourself of that in order to heal. Relieve yourself of guilt of allowing yourself to get in, to be tricked by someone. It's, again, you can't control other people. And once you can sort of wrap your brain around that, and again, really get to the truth of it, you're able really to walk away, to leave it behind, and to move forward and for a new, and to bring new things into your life. But there's something you have to let go of. And I think it's almost in some ways like a thought process, and like maybe guilt, or like your emotions are getting so wrapped up in your thoughts that you're having a hard time seeing, because she has her blindfold on. So she's having trouble seeing clearly. Like this storm and these waves, like that's not a nice energy to be in. And then this one comes along, like, here's the truth. Let's just get to let's bottom line it. Here's the bottom line. And once you can just see it for the bottom line and cut away all the extra, this sword cuts away all those emotions we put into it, that cloud, that muddy the waters. You're like, yeah, okay, I can see it now. And it's time to let that go. Time to let that go. It's not serving me, and heal and move forward. So thank you, Pisces. And I hope you have a great March. Time to let something go. All right, bye.